Moving right along, we have now going to do the legislative roundup here and call upon our esteemed elected officials to address us and give us an Ohio Statehouse update. And we have folks in the House, the Honorable Cliff Rosenberger. He's currently serving his third term in the Ohio House of Representatives. Represents the 91st House District, which includes Clinton, Highland, and Pike counties and parts of Ross County. For the 131st General Assembly, he was voted to serve as Speaker of the House by his fellow representatives. Speaker Rosenberger is an Air Force veteran, formerly assigned to the 113th Fighter Wing of the Air National Guard, which he enlisted in shortly after graduating from Clinton Massey High School. Though originally stationed in Springfield, Ohio, with the 178th Fighter Wing, he transferred to the 113th Fighter Wing of the District of Columbia after accepting a position with the White House in February of '07. Speaker Rosenberger was awarded the Major General Charles Dick Award for Legislative Excellence for his strong support of the Ohio National Guard while serving in the Ohio House. He has also served as the National Political Events Coordinator for Governor Mitt Romney's presidential campaign. And at this time, we welcome Speaker Rosenberger.
Thank you very much.
We're going to introduce your television here, but I don't know where he is. So.
Who is it? Oh, he's here.
Good.
Somewhere. Troy, they were about to introduce you, Senator. I don't know where he is, but there he is. Well, thank you all for having me. Pleasure to be with you all. I figure you all didn't mind if I wore jeans to this event tonight, but it is truly great to be here and address you all. First, let me say a couple things. There's a couple of our members here in the crowd who have been extremely helpful to industry, but also understands your industry and truly knows what we have to do. They've helped with the fight with unionization. They've helped with the fight as we continue to look at challenges with the severance tax here in the state of Ohio, and I just want to point them out and thank those folks for what they've done. Our chairman of our Natural Resources Committee is here. These lights are so daggone bright I can't see anything. Chairman Landis, there he is. Al, thanks for being here. And then another great supporter and another great fighter, at least he was with me just a little bit ago, Chairman of the Finance Committee, Ryan Smith, is here with us too somewhere. And I got to tell you, without the leadership of these two guys, they really stood up tall, stood up strong to make sure that we continue to allow you all to do your business, to grow and continue to go forward. And I can't thank both of these guys enough for their challenges and for what they did to help support the industry. So Chairman Smith, wherever you are, thanks for being here as well. Yeah. I don't know, is this time thing for me? 4 minutes? I better hurry. But let me just say this. I'm not going to sit up here and talk to you about a bunch of statistics about the state. You all know where Ohio is moving and what's happening. And quite frankly, the reason that, in my opinion, we can talk about the fact that we've been able to grow almost 410,000 plus jobs, that Ohio's economy continues to become stable, that we're able to continue to move our state in the right direction, is because of folks such as yourself in this very room, because of the jobs that you're creating, because of the workers that you're training, because of the partnerships you're creating throughout communities all throughout Ohio that continue to help ensure the workforce is stronger and stronger every day. You're on the pointing edge of technology and doing great things that, in my purview, will do good things not only for Ohio, but do things that's going to set our nation and forward with a true energy policy to make it stronger and stronger. And God help us, I don't know if you saw that damn debate with Hillary Clinton the other night. But if you don't, the one thing I'll say about elections, if you don't think this election is extremely important to ensure that we're doing the right things to set the right energy policy, to put us on energy independence so that we can be as strong as a nation, then we have to get rid of this current term with Barack Obama and cannot allow us to extend it forward. Not one bit, because there's a lot more online than just rhetoric. And these guys we know are full of action. Matter of fact, I got to tell you, I don't know, I'm not trying to offend anybody in here, but I got to tell you this great joke, and recently with Nancy Reagan passing, we got to look to true leaders. And Ronald Reagan always loved to tell stories, and this being St. Patrick's Day, of course, he always loved to talk about his roots from Ireland. But, a coming from a rural district, Ronald Reagan always told about this Republican candidate that was knocking in a rural area and happened upon a farm, probably not different than Senator Balderson and myself's district and others, and they're not known to have many Republicans in it. As he knocked on the door, the gentleman came to the door and he said, he said his piece, told him he was a Republican and running, and the old farmer said, "You got to wait right here. I got to get Ma. She's never seen a Republican before." So he goes back to get his wife and the Republican candidate sitting there. He's trying to figure out, what in the world, how am I going to deliver my message? And so the only thing, unfortunately, he sees is this pile of maneuver. And so he tries to build it up, stands on top of it, and Ma comes to the door with a fella, and they're giving this great speech, and the farmer says, "That is the best speech I've ever heard you give, or a politician give." And he said, "Well, it's the first time I've ever done it from a Democrat platform." So that is what Hillary Clinton's running on. And we've got to make sure we do the right things, because at the end of the day, let me tell you this. When we're looking and they said, tell us something about the future, what we can expect, I can tell you this. As long as I'm Speaker of the House, we're going to continue to make sure we try to continue to put Ohio in a trajectory that looks towards energy independence and strengthening our current values that we have within the state. And that does not include increasing a severance tax in a time that doesn't call for it. Now, you would think people would understand that and get it, but they don't somehow. And I just clarified this stance at a recent AP event with the news we do every year with our colleagues. And we were asked, are we going to look at doing severance tax again? Well, look, in my opinion, we've been very clear. And one thing I can tell you I'm extremely proud of this General Assembly was the ability to say, hey, let's take a time out. Let's look at long-term tax policy. Let's create this 2020 Tax Policy Commission, which we've been able to participate with the House and the Senate and the Governor's Office. And even in that commission, they are forward and saying, this is not something we need to do. It's not something we need to look at right now. Market conditions aren't, in any case, to be able to do something like this. And matter of fact, if we look at our partners, what's North Dakota doing? Decreasing their severance tax in order to continue to spur investment. What's Oklahoma doing? They're having problems because they tied it to their GRF, and they're experiencing massive shortfalls and looking at ways to make sure that they can do the right things to incentivize the industry in their state. So if Ohio is just at its infancy and in a state that we just aren't, we're still just trying to build this great industry that can become something truly magnificent, not only for our state and the workforce, but the people in a region of Ohio that truly have had the opportunity and will have even more opportunities from what you're all able to help them provide. And for me, all I want to do is be able to come and thank you all for the investments that you make, for the hard work that you do, for the education you put back in our communities, and for the jobs you continue to create. And know that we'll continue to look and find ways to make sure we make sound policy decisions. There's a lot more we need to look at and do to continue to bust down over-regulation, especially in this industry, not just on the state level, but how we can help on the federal level continue to make it easy. But let me tell you, there's a lot more to do. And your biggest partner, the best partner that you have, I'd like to tell you, it's not myself. It has been a senator from the other side of the aisle that I have been so very blessed to be able to work with. His voice is extremely strong. It means a great deal. He's a huge fighter for you all, and I'm really honored that Senator Troy Balderson's here with you and that he's going to address you next. So God bless you. Keep going, and thanks for all you're doing.